Notre Dame, and then a couple of big colleges in UConn and Boston University. So though Dartmouth hasn't had much success in the win column this season so far, they have played some really good competition, and I think this is going to be a tough matchup for the Pride.
And you heard the starting lineups in our pregame show, but one change as Tiger Graham comes out at forward and Jesse Scanlon, number 28, is in for Dartmouth as Hofstra gets set here to take the opening draw. It will be Matthew Vowinkle taking it. Hofstra in their white jerseys, Dartmouth in their green. Hofstra will be shooting to our right, and Dartmouth shooting to the left on Alex Ashton for Hofstra, who has played every game in goal for this team this season. And he comes off of now 3 straight shutout performances. One against Seton Hall that was a Hofstra tie, and then 2 straight Hofstra wins, their first 2 wins on the year. Vowinkle awaiting the whistle, and there it is. We are underway here from Hofstra Soccer Stadium. Hofstra sending it down into the Dartmouth end of the field as they will play it there on the near side. It's McCartney on it for Dartmouth. He sends it up, but it's intercepted by Hofstra right here at the center line as that one's sent back in. Hofstra here heading it, teams playing the ball in the midfield. As it's Meyer on it, but Dartmouth now sends it back on the end. Big run here coming for Scanlon, but back there to defend is George O'Malley for Hofstra. As he looks to get by him, looks like that one will go out of play. And it'll be a goal kick coming from Alex Ashton.
Interesting that Tiger Graham comes out of this game as a starter, as he's scored the only 2 goals of the season for Dartmouth so far. Leaves you wondering why he comes out of the starting lineup to start this game.
Both those goals for Graham coming in a 2-2 tie against BU. Dartmouth with already as many losses and ties as they had last season, where they went 12-3-2. Dartmouth 4-time defending Ivy League champions, as here the ball is down in the Dartmouth end. Hofstra on it there. On the far side of the field there, it is Ramsey playing the ball. Ramsey kicking it now all the way over to the far sideline as that one's intercepted by Dartmouth, and they will start up with the ball. Hofstra defending there. Ball still on the far side of the field. That one goes out of play. It'll be Hofstra ball.
Yeah, not the start to the season that Dartmouth wanted, but talking in the pregame to Hofstra head coach Richard Nuttall, he told me that he still thinks that Dartmouth has a strong chance to win the Ivy League this year. So that just tells you how much respect Coach Nuttall has for this team, and he knows that they've played some pretty stiff competition and that it's not going to be an easy one tonight. You want me to?
Ball out of play there. As Hofstra will have it here on the near side in Dartmouth then. Hofstra throw in here from the near side of the field. It is Sean Nealis. That one coming in. Vowinkle on there. That one is blocked and cleared out. As Dartmouth will now start up with the ball. Dartmouth here approaching midfield with the ball as Hofstra looks to defend. This one kicked down the near side of the field, but out of the reach there of number 11, Dawson McCartney. And the ball will go back to Hofstra here with a throw-in on their side of the field. Once again, be Sean Nealis taking that throw-in. Just about 3 minutes in here, and no score between Hofstra and Dartmouth. Hofstra looking for their 3rd consecutive victory. They're on a 3-game undefeated streak. As here, 2 players battle for it. That one goes out of play. And it'll be another Hofstra throw in here coming from right in front of the press box. Once again, Sean Nealis on it for Hofstra. Throws the ball deep down the near sideline here, but Dartmouth is able to clear that one out of trouble. As it's Jacob Goker on it for Hofstra. Ball up in the air, and that one is played by Dartmouth here on the near sideline. And that one just gets out of the reach there of number 15, Matt Pickering of Dartmouth, and goes out of play, so Hofstra will have another opportunity with the ball here.
Something that Coach Nuttall told me before the game that he wanted to improve on coming into this game was kind of keeping it tighter on defense, not giving so many balls up, and just playing overall a quicker game and trying to get balls up the field as fast as possible.
This one get there, thrown into the box by Nealis. And that one on the back line will go out of play, as that one appears to go off a Dartmouth player. And looks like we're going to get a corner kick here for Hofstra.
A lot of this opening 5 minutes has been played inside of the Dartmouth end.
Looks like Marcus Lindquist will take the corner there for Hofstra. He's there on the near side. Lindquist hits this one into the box. Play coming as that one's headed away by Dartmouth. It'll go out of play on the far side of the field. So first solid chance there for Hofstra is headed out of trouble there by the Dartmouth defender. It'll be a throw in here from the far side of the field. No score between Dartmouth and Hofstra as we are 5 minutes into this game. This one thrown into the box, but once again cleared out by Dartmouth. As the goalie is on it there. In net is Henry Stuznik. Stuznik played in the last game for Dartmouth against New Hampshire and did not allow a goal in 110 minutes, as Dartmouth tied with New Hampshire, who was on a 5-game winning streak heading into that one. As Dartmouth with the ball here on the near side of the field, it's number 11, McCartney. This one now crossing over into midfield, but it's played there by Meyer for Hofstra. Meyer still on the ball, kicks it down into the Dartmouth end. It'll be intercepted there by a defender. Almost a sloppy pass intercepted by Vowinkle, but it's sent all the way back down into the Hofstra end, where number 26, George O'Malley, plays it and sends it back towards midfield. All this action going on the far side of the field. Hofstra retains possession here. This one will be kicked back towards Alex Ashton up at the top of the box. Ashton plays it over to Sean Nealis. Nealis now on the near side of the field. Sends a long ball up. And that one will be headed there by Ramsey. Ramsey sending it towards the middle, but it's cleared out once again by Dartmouth. Play there in the middle is intercepted by the Big Green. As on the ball here is Nuremberg. He sends it to the near side of the field where it's McCartney on it for Dartmouth. McCartney sizing up his options, moving towards the box, sends a long shot on goal. That's held there by Alex Ashton, and no rebound allowed. So the first play of the game made there by Alex Ashton in goal.
Yeah, we've talked about how good Alex Ashton has been in the past few games for the Pride. 7 saves in the past 3 games where he's not allowed a goal. He's been sharp for the Pride all season.
Long shot on goal there, just wide, so not on goal as a matter of fact. That's a shot that goes wide there from Hofstra. So it'll be a Dartmouth kick here from Henry Stuznik, the junior keeper. Started 2 games over his first 2 years with Dartmouth, but this past season has gotten more of an opportunity for this Big Green team. Dartmouth with a new coach this season. His former coach Chad Riley was hired by Notre Dame. He had spent 5 seasons at Dartmouth and led the team to 4 Ivy League titles over that time. So the new coach now for Dartmouth, Bo O'Shaughnessy. Hofstra playing the ball here on the near side of the field. Now into Dartmouth end. On the ball there is Ramsey sending it up across. As that one is just rolled on goal. It'll be played there by Stuznik, who will settle things down. Playing the ball with his feet. Makes a nice pass over to the side there. Far side of the field, Dartmouth controlling possession. As they begin to move the ball up here towards midfield. Pass going now over to Sukarai. Sukarai crossing over into the Hofstra end. And he throws a long pass. On the ball there is Scanlon. Scanlon on the edge of the box, defended there by O'Malley, and that one will go out of play. Nice defense by O'Malley as he was able to force that turnover, and it'll be a goal kick coming from Alex Ashton.
Talking about Bo O'Shaughnessy coming over from East Tennessee State University. One interesting thing there is that when he came over from East Tennessee State University, he brought with him Matt Pickering, as his brother actually played for Bo O'Shaughnessy over at East Tennessee State University, and he was able to get Matt Pickering to come here with him.
9 minutes into this contest, no score between Hofstra and Dartmouth as Hofstra sends this one down the near side of the field. Giving it a run there is Storm Strongen, but that one will go out of play. Goal kick coming for Dartmouth. And you mentioned it, Grant. This whole Dartmouth team really is a very strong program. They were in the U.S. preseason coaches poll in the last couple spots. I believe number 22, number 23 heading into the season. Obviously, the slow start, they've kind of fallen back out of that, but still certainly a dangerous team and a tough matchup here for Hofstra in non-conference play.
Yeah, and we talked about kind of their deceiving record in that they've played a lot of really tough teams, and in every one of those games it seems like they're not far off from winning, as the past 2 games have gone to double overtime and ended in 0-0 ties. Dartmouth just needs to do a better job of putting balls to the net and scoring some goals.
That one was sent all the way down by Dartmouth out of play, as Alex Ashton will be on it for a goal kick here. Just 10 minutes into this contest between the Pride and the Big Green. Sean Nealis on it here for Hofstra. He sends a long pass up in the air, and that one will be played there by Vowinkle. He gets it over to Ramsey. Ramsey over to the far side of the field. Hofstra still controlling possession here as they approach the box. Long kick coming with the left foot here, as that one's blocked by a Dartmouth defender, and they will play it out of trouble. That one heading out towards the midfield, where it's Scanlon on it, sending it over to Sukarai. Sukarai now near side of the field for number 11, Dawson McCartney. McCartney approaching the box. He's defended there by Goker, as McCartney lines up a shot with the right foot. Saved by Ashton with his hands. He pushes it out over to the far side of the field, where that one will roll out of play. Throw in coming from Dartmouth here. Probably the best chance of the game there so far, coming off the foot of McCartney.
Yeah, good save there by Ashton. He was able to see that one all the way through. Nobody in front of him to where he couldn't really see the ball, and he's able to get over and make that save.
And Hofstra gave McCartney a little bit of room as he approached the net there, but like you said, Grant, Ashton was at least able to see the ball, was able to make a nice save with his hands as he was moving towards the far post. Throw in, long one here coming into the box. It's headed out of trouble there by O'Malley. That one now on the far side of the field. Looks like it's Ramsey playing that one, sending it up to Vowinkle. That one off the foot of Vowinkle and out of play. And it looks like there is a Dartmouth throw-in coming.
And you said that Dartmouth chance may have come because Hofstra gave up a little bit too much room. That's what Coach Nuttall was talking to me about before the game. They need to tighten up that defense and limit those chances like that.
This ball heading into the Dartmouth end, where it's played there by the defender, sent back to Stuznik in goal. And Stuznik sends it up. Dartmouth looking to set something up here. They've had probably the best chance of the game, came off the foot of McCartney just a few minutes ago. This one sent on the near side, where it's once again Dawson McCartney playing it. Sends it back towards midfield, as Kalk is on it. Kalk now over to Nuremberg. Sends it towards the far side of the field. Dartmouth still playing with that ball in the midfield, as the Big Green send it up here, but it's intercepted by a Hofstra player. And that one will go off a Dartmouth throw-in coming from Hofstra on the far side of the field. And it will be Marcus Lindquist on it for the Pride. Hofstra's best 2 performances have come here so far this season, probably in the last 2 games. They beat Harvard 3-0 here at Hofstra Soccer Stadium and were able to defeat Stony Brook by a score of 2-0 in one of their biggest rivalry games of the season. Big Long Island rivalry between Hofstra and the Seawolves out at Stony Brook in Suffolk County. Hofstra on the ball here, as that one sent up in the air, headed there by a Dartmouth player. Ball still up in the air, and it's sent forward into Dartmouth territory, but it'll be played there by the Big Green. Kalk on it for Dartmouth, sends it up down the far side. Run coming here from Dartmouth as they look to set it up. This one now getting close to the box for Hofstra. Defense there from Lindquist, as that was Yima Assam on the ball there. Sent back now. Dartmouth kick coming towards the middle of the field. Nice job there by Vowinkle to play it out for the Pride. And it looks like we will get a foul called here. Looks like it's going to be on Hofstra. And it'll be a free kick coming for the Big Green.
Yeah, that was Peter Meyer there. I think he got a little bit too much of the jersey of the Dartmouth player that he was defending. He went down to the ground, and now Dartmouth will get a chance here.
14 minutes in, no score between these 2 teams. It'll be Kota Sukarai taking it, the sophomore. Sukarai had 2 shots in the game versus New Hampshire. And it will be Sukarai sending it, blocked down there Ball up in the air, punched out by Alex Ashton. And we'll get a foul called on Dartmouth. Ball will go the Hofstra way, as nothing doing there on that free kick for the Big Green. Looks like it was number 6, Luka Tausch, that blocked that ball off the original shot by Sukarai. Tausch winning Rookie of the Week last year in the CAA. Freshman defenseman for Hofstra. Ashton here sending this one all the way into Dartmouth territory. It's headed forward by the Pride, but played by the Dartmouth defense on the far side of the field. This one coming up in the air. It's headed forward by Jacob Goker, but Dartmouth regains possession in their own end, and they'll look to start up. Nice move there by number 16, Kalk, as number 2 here sends it up for Dartmouth, coming towards goal, as Ashton will watch that one roll out of play to his right. And it'll be a goal kick coming from Alex Ashton 15 minutes into the first half here.
Seems like Dartmouth's kind of finding their groove in this game now. Early on, it was Hofstra that had the ball in Dartmouth's end consistently for the first about 10 minutes, and now it seems like Dartmouth is starting to control the ball a little bit better.
Ashton setting the ball up the top of his crease and sending it out towards midfield. Hofstra heads it forward, but once again right to a Dartmouth defender, as this one's sent out of play here on the near side of the field. Throw in coming from the Pride. And it'll be Sean Nealis on it for Hofstra. Nealis, the senior defender, had an assist in the game against Stony Brook over the weekend. Nealis again throwing it in here on the near side of the field. He will throw it down towards the near side corner. That one over the head of Vowinkle, played up in the air by Dartmouth, and that one will just go out of play. So another throw in coming now for the Pride. Once again, it's Nealis on it for Hofstra. Hofstra controlling the ball a little bit here. As like you said earlier, Grant, it seemed like Dartmouth started to have their way a bit with it. A couple throw-ins now in a row for Hofstra.
Yeah, Hofstra doing a good job here, maybe slowing that down a little bit. They've had the ball for the past 30 seconds or so, and as that one was headed out by number 22, Johnny Nierenberg.
That throw from Nealis going to the middle of the field. Nothing doing for Hofstra as it goes out once again. And Nealis will have his third throw-in a row here. 17 minutes into this one, no score between the Pride and the Big Green of Dartmouth. Nealis, big throw-in coming here towards the box. That one over the head of everybody and headed out there by Dartmouth, but it'll be received by Storm Strongin. Strongin playing it there is pushed down from behind, but it looks like we're going to get a foul called on Hofstra, and that one will go the way of Dartmouth. Free kick coming from just outside their own crease now for the Big Green, as players from both sides retreat. That one sent up in the air, headed forward by Nealis. Dartmouth stays on the ball here, but it's sent back over as Luka Tausch is on it for Hofstra as that one goes down far side of the field. Lindquist playing it for the Pride. Marcus Lindquist sending it all the way down into Dartmouth territory. And that one will just be headed out of play into the parking lot of the medical school. Hofstra throw in on the far side of the field. Sean Nealis once again on this throw for Hofstra. 2 goal scorers in the game Sunday against Stony Brook was Matthew Vowinkle. It was his 3rd of the year. And George O'Malley got on the board with his 1st of the season. Both goals from the Pride coming in the final 15 minutes of that contest against Stony Brook. Throw in here from Nealis, now heading towards the box. And that one's going to be kicked out of trouble by Dartmouth, but Hofstra still on it. Over on the far side of the box. A little bit of a trip there, but no call coming. Hofstra looking for the call. Coach Nuttall with his hands up in the air on the sideline, but it doesn't look like he's going to get it, as that one goes out of play. Hofstra coach is very frustrated on the sideline as Coach Nuttall tries to hold one of his assistants back. Looked like could have been a penalty there on the edge of the box, Grant.
Yeah, that was Oscar Ramsey that went down, and I think Coach Nuttall has a little bit of a right to be upset there, but no call coming.
Looks like a Hofstra player was tripped up there on the far side, so free kick coming from the Pride in the Dartmouth end. as it looks like it's Storm Strong in on it for Hofstra. Strong and well to the left of the box, and he will have a kick here. He sends it in towards the goal. This one's headed up, and that one will be headed out of trouble by Hofstra. A touch in there in the box. It looked like Hebecker had a good chance for Hofstra. This one is shot wide. So 2 opportunities there for Hofstra. Could not get a shot on goal as we remain scoreless 20 minutes into the first half of this one.
Yeah, Lukatosh had an open lane to the net there and just missed it high and wide to the far side.
So goal kick coming now for Henry Stuznik. Junior goalkeeper for this Dartmouth team. They've split time so far this season between goalkeepers. It's been Christopher Palacios seeing some time as well as Stuznik. He gets to start here in this one. Hofstra controlling possession here in their own end on the far side of the field, as they'll look to set things up. Looks like we're going to get a foul called. I didn't hear the whistle there, but this one will go the way of Dartmouth. As a matter of fact, it's a throw-in. That one went out of bounds. And that throw-in is going to go wide, heading towards the Hofstra end line and out of play. So miscue there on the throw-in as no one's able to touch it, and it'll be a goal kick coming from Alex Ashton.
Yeah, it seems like things have really slowed down as this half goes on. It was more action in the first parts of this half. It was a little bit more back and forth, and now we're just seeing some midfield play and a lot of balls going out of bounds right now.
And Dartmouth has played lots of games like this last year. They've only scored in 1 of their 5 games so far this year. 2 goals from Tiger Graham against BU in a game that they tied. Other than that, they have not scored in any game this season as ball is played here in the Hofstra end. And it's number 11 McCartney on it, sending it back for Sakurai. And right there is Assam sending it over. This one now on the far side of the field. Dartmouth retaining possession as they head towards the Hofstra goal. This one's going to be kicked out of play. Nice block there by the Hofstra defender. Throw in coming here for Dartmouth as they're just a couple feet away from the corner in the Hofstra end of the field. Hofstra defending to our left. Dartmouth defending to our right. This one thrown into the box. Up in the air. It's punched out by Ashton over to the far side. And that one will be out of play. Corner kick coming here for the Dartmouth Big Green, their first corner of the game. Hofstra with 1 corner so far, and that one did not pan out.
Yeah, that was a good play by Ashton there just to punch that out of trouble. Get it out of the front of the net.
Corner kick coming here for Dartmouth as the left-handed kick comes in, curving towards the box. That one up in the air as Hofstra will be on that one. But Dartmouth retains possession here just on the outside of the box now. It's Assam. Assam's kick is blocked there by a Pride defender. Dartmouth retaining control on the far side of the field. This one kick coming towards the box. It's cleared out by Nealis. But right back to a Dartmouth defender. Headed back towards the box as that one will just roll on goal. It's played there by Alex Ashton. So Hofstra avoiding what could have been a dangerous situation there on the corner. Ashton still with the ball inside the box. He'll just pick it up here, and he will set it up.
Yeah, that was Matthew Vowinkle on the block on that last effort from Dartmouth, and that was a pretty good block there. He's scored in back-to-back games. We don't really talk about his defensive game as much because of his offensive capabilities, but that was a really good play from him right there.
Vowinkle here in his sophomore season with the Pride. Graduate of Chaminade High School right here on Long Island. As here it is Dartmouth with the ball. It's Sakurai right here on the near side of the field in front of the press box. Now it's Kalk. Kalk controlling it, heading towards the box. Defended there by Storm Strong in. Over on the near side of the field. Cross coming, but it's cleared out by the Pride. And this one will head back towards midfield where it's once again controlled by the Big Green. Heffron on it, sending it down. That one will be cleared out of the way by O'Malley and out of play just in front of the Hofstra bench. So throw in coming once again for Dartmouth. Throw in here is played by Sakurai, who sends it back to the thrower. Ball being played on the far side of the field here as it's number 14 Meyer on it, sending it up towards midfield. Looks like Vowinkle there for Hofstra as that one rolls out of play. And looks like this one will change possession as a throw-in comes now for the Pride just in front of their own bench. 25 minutes gone by, no score between the Pride and the Big Green here on this Tuesday night at Hofstra Soccer Stadium. Kenny Conrad and Grant Francis on the call here from Hofstra University. Ball out of play there. Throw-in coming from Dartmouth as that one changes hands pretty quickly. Throw here sent down towards the Hofstra end, cleared out of trouble, but right towards the middle of the field where it'll be played by, it looks like Sukarai there. That one's going to be taken away. Oscar Ramsey sending a pass up that's intercepted, but the response is headed out by the Pride. Ball in the midfield here, taken away from a Pride forward by Dartmouth and sent back into the Hofstra end where Sean Nealis will settle things down right here on the near side in front of the press box. Nealis sending it back to Ashton inside the box. Ashton will survey his options and send it back to Nealis. Nealis now across the field where it's number 6, Luka Tausch playing it. The freshman sends it now down the far side as that one's headed out of trouble there by Dartmouth. Sent back into the Pride end of the field. Ball being battled for there. And it'll be controlled by Dartmouth in their own end. Sent over to number 22, Nierenberg. Nierenberg now sending it back to a defender. Over on the near side of the field, it's number 16, Kalk. Kalk now towards the middle, but the pass goes wide as it's taken there by Tausch. Now it's Vowinkle. Vowinkle right at midfield. Looks over his options and sends a bad pass there that's intercepted by a Dartmouth defender. Dartmouth looking to set things up. They only have one man on the offensive side of the field.
A little bit of sloppy play here from both teams. It looked like it was going to open up a little bit, but turnovers from both teams there as they were trying to get the ball into the other end caused that chance to go out the door.
Certainly seems like a case where both teams are trying to feel each other out here as Stuznik plays it back in his own end, the goalkeeper for Dartmouth, as the Big Green look to set up some offense here. Baldwin approaching midfield. Just surveying his options, taking his time. He'll send it now towards the far side where it's played by number 7, Assam. Turnover there is taken back by Hofstra. Lindquist on it for the Pride, sending it up the far side of the field where it looks like that's Tausch. Tausch sending it back now as it's Oscar Ramsey on it. Ramsey at midfield, sending it over to the near side. That one will go out of play. And we'll have a throw-in coming from Dartmouth. Looks like we have a substitution here as number 28, Jesse Scanlon, will come out. And number 21, Tiger Graham, will come in. Graham with the only 2 goals on the season for Hofstra. He's a sophomore.
We talked about the sloppy play. I think Oscar Ramsey got a little bit more than what he wanted on that ball there as he sailed it out of play.
Ball here in the midfield, controlled by Dartmouth. Over on the near side, it's number 16, Kalk. Kalk controlling for Dartmouth, sends it back. As the Big Green look to set up some offense. Only one shot on goal so far between these two teams. It was taken by Dawson McCartney. It was a nice save there where Alex Ashton had to range to his left and make a save with his hands. But that shot at this point was about 20 minutes ago in this game. Nealis with the ball here in the Hofstra end. No pressure on him as he looks to set something up. Nealis will send a deep ball towards the box of Dartmouth, but that one is intercepted by the Big Green. They'll look to clear here. And that one will be controlled by Kalk. Kalk sending it up, but it's intercepted by Nealis. That one left for the Pride as they grab it, and they retain possession in their own end here. Sending it back now towards Dartmouth territory, where that loose ball is fought for and retained once again by the Big Green. Long ball here sent down the far side of the field. We're heading back to play it as Lindquist for Hofstra. Lindquist sending a ball up in front of the Hofstra bench. That one played there by Peter Meyer, but it's going to go back the way of Dartmouth. And sent back to Alex Ashton, where he will play it in goal and send a ball out towards the middle of the field. Dartmouth once again retaining possession, but intercepted there on the header by Sean Nealis. Deep ball coming here down the far side of the field, looking to give it a run there. It looked like it was number 11, Hendrik Hebeker, but that one goes out of play. It looks like we get another substitution here for Dartmouth. And it's Justin Donowa coming in for Yima Asom up at forward for this big green team. Ball here in the middle of the field. On it for Hofstra is Tausch, but looks like they're going to call him for a foul there, as this one will change hands and go over to Dartmouth in the middle of the field. Free kick coming from the big green as they send a couple guys down into the Hofstra end here. But they choose not to take that route, and they keep the ball at midfield. Pass coming here, as that one's going to be taken away by number 10, Ramsey. Hofstra retaining possession, sending it towards the midfield where it's Lindquist for Hofstra. Marcus Lindquist, the senior D-midi from Norway. Dartmouth ball here as they send it down the far side, making a run towards the Pride goal. Nifty move there, but it's defended well by the Pride. And this one will just be sent out of play. And we will see. Looks like they're going to award a corner kick here. As taking the corner kick will be number 11, Dawson McCartney. Lone man with a shot on goal here in this first half. Just about 14 minutes to go. Hofstra back to defend. Kick coming in here with the left from McCartney. This one up in the air, and it's going to be played there by Alex Ashton. Nice save as he holds on to that one. And it's going to be sent out of trouble. Quick pass coming down there on the far side of the field, but it's going to be played by Stuznik, the big goalkeeper for Dartmouth, as the Big Green have possession here in their own end. As they look to work it out of trouble there. Run coming here from Kalk. Kalk, the defenseman, jumping up here. Sends it now towards the middle of the field. Big shot coming on goal here just over the net. Well over the net, as a matter of fact. So that shot going well over the net. And with 13:30 to play here in the first half, still no score between the Pride and the Big Green.
That was a good save on that last corner kick from Ashton. It looked like he was going to juggle it a little bit, but he was able to corral it. Makes you wonder, Kenny, if, you know, it's been raining here all day. It's not anymore, but makes you wonder if that field's still a little bit wet, if that ball is getting wet at all and making it more difficult to control.
Hofstra had a game in pretty sloppy conditions earlier last week against Harvard that they were able to win 3-0, but you're right, Grant. We'll see how that affects this game as it goes on. It literally rained here on Long Island from the time I left my house this morning up until, literally like an hour before this game started. So field is certainly wet, although it's turf, which definitely helps.
And it got worse as the day came on, and then about 6 o'clock it cleared out, and we had some blue skies.
Free kick here coming for the Pride as it's Nealis in the Dartmouth end on the far side of the field. Nealis here sizing up his options. He will send it towards the box. This one up in the air is caught by Stuznik. Henry Stuznik, the 6'7" goaltender from New Jersey. Pretty easy save there as he'll roll this one over to the far side of the field, and Dartmouth will look to get back on it.
Yeah, and on those corner kicks, I think Hofstra's going to want to aim those balls more to the outside because Henry Stuznik comes in at 6'7". If that ball's in the air, it's not going to be easy to get to with his height advantage.
Stuznik, even from up here, is pretty clearly the biggest guy on the field. He is very tall, so certainly going to be tough. Helps a goalkeeper to be able to punch those balls up in the air out of play or even grab them. So Stuznik, a big goalkeeper here for Dartmouth as they have possession now on the near side of the field. Into the Hofstra end. Number 16, Kalk on it. Kalk sending it back for Nuremberg. Nuremberg back right at the midfield line. Is played by Pickering. And now it's Baldwin on it. Here on the near side of the field, he'll look to attack for Dartmouth. He sends it up the near sideline where it's McCartney. Dawson McCartney sending this one towards the box. And that one will be headed out of trouble by Hofstra. On the ball there is number 14, Peter Meyer, but that one's going to be taken away. It's Salvati for Dartmouth. He dives for that one, and he's going to trip up the Hofstra player. Look like it was Sean Nealis there for the Pride that got tripped up. So kick coming here from Alex Ashton with 11 minutes to go here in the first half. No score between Hofstra and Dartmouth. The Pride men's soccer team once again looking for their third straight win. Come into this one on a 3-game undefeated streak. 2-3-2 on the young season for the Pride, and 0-3-2 for the Dartmouth Big Green. Hofstra in their final non-conference game on the slate before CAA play opens this Saturday against UNCW. Alex Ashton sending this one all the way down at the Dartmouth end, where it'll be headed towards the net, played there by Stusnick. Dartmouth controlling possession here on the near side of the field in their own end. Still just one save on the board for either of these goalkeepers. It was a shot from Dawson McCartney just about 10 minutes into this game. As Hofstra's on it here in the Dartmouth end, it's Tausch sending it over on the near side. Nice play here by Strongen. Strongen heading towards the box, makes a move towards the middle. As it's Ramsey on it. Ramsey spins around a defender, heading towards the box. He sends this one to the middle. As it's Vowinkle on it, sending it back now for Tausch. Tausch outside the box, sending it towards the middle. It's Storm Strongen on it for the Pride. Now on the far side, it's number 3, Marcus Lindquist on it for Hofstra. Sending it over to a forward who's going to be tripped up. No call there on the play as Dartmouth clears this one out towards midfield. Ball still being played on the far side. And that one will go out of play in front of the Dartmouth bench as it looks like it's a throw-in coming for the Big Green.
That was a good clear there by number 14. I believe it was Justin Donowa. Good job of not shooting it out of play, but he put it high in the air and kept it in play as Hofstra was threatening there a little bit.
Ramsey made a nice move as Ashton sends this one towards midfield. Ramsey had a nice move there to try and get around a defender, but just didn't have enough on it. As we'll get a ball out of play here. 2 substitutions coming in for Hofstra. And we'll get you the names and numbers on those in a second. As Felix Smith-Holly comes into the game, as well as Etienne Bodie for the Pride. As they have the ball here down in the Dartmouth end. This one's going to be kicked out of trouble by the defender. Throw-in coming for Hofstra. So Bodie comes in for Hebeker, and Smith-Holly comes in for Meyer for the Pride here with 8 minutes to go in this first half. Throw in on the near side of the field now in Dartmouth end. Nealis here, long throw towards the box, and that one's going to be off. Looks like a Dartmouth defender, and that one will go out of play. So we will get a corner kick coming for the Hofstra Pride. It'll be Marcus Lindquist, the senior, on it for Hofstra. He heads towards the near side corner to take this second corner of the game here for Hofstra, and a big opportunity with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Lindquist sizing up his options. Kick coming here with the left foot towards the box. Off the head of a defender and cleared out of play, out of the way there by the Dartmouth defender towards midfield where Hofstra's once again on it. Storm Strong in now. Backing towards midfield, sending it down the far side where it's going to be played by a Dartmouth defender, and they will start the ball up here.
I think one thing that Hofstra's going to want to improve on here late in the first half, heading into the second period, is I think they need to keep the ball on the ground a little bit more. This Dartmouth team has an overall height advantage on Hofstra, and anytime the ball's in the air, it seems like it's an advantage for Dartmouth because of their height advantage.
Ball off of Dartmouth forward there and out of play. So Lindquist with a throw here on the far side of the field in Hofstra territory. 6:45 to go in the first half. And certainly Hofstra, it seems like, Dartmouth has been able to pretty easily clear a lot of those corners and a lot of those balls up in the air in the box out of play, or out of the way. So certainly going to be something to watch as this game goes on as Hofstra controls possession here in their own end. Number 4, Jacob Goker on it for the Pride. Goker here on the near side, sending it over to Strongen. Storm Strongen off a defender and out of play. Another throw-in coming from the Pride as Nealis comes over right in front of our press box at midfield to take the throw. Nealis now throwing it down towards the Dartmouth end. Over the head of Vowinkle, will be played out of play there by a Dartmouth defender. And another throw-in coming here deep in the Dartmouth end. Dartmouth defending to our right here in this first half. Hofstra to the left. Alex Ashton way out of his net here. Almost at midfield for Hofstra. Looking to kind of be that safety blanket in case the ball gets past any Hofstra defenders. Throw in coming here from Nealis, headed once again out of the way by the Big Green, and they will control possession and send it back towards midfield, where it will be Lindquist on it for the Pride. Lindquist sending this one down the far side of the field. Header there by a Dartmouth defender sent towards the net, where the goalkeeper there sends it just out of play. A little bit too much on that one. On that throw there from Stuznik was out of the reach of the Dartmouth player. Throw in coming for the Pride. Nealis, the senior defender, on it once again. Nealis from right around here, Massapequa, New York, in his 4th season with the Pride, as he throws this one into the Dartmouth end, but we're going to get a foul there on the throw-in. Ball will go the way of Dartmouth. Just under 5 minutes to play here in this opening half, and no score between the Big Green and the Pride. Ball goes out of play. Lindquist with a throw-in here on the far side of the field for Hofstra. Still just one shot on goal between these two teams. Alex Ashton with the lone save in this game. If this holds up here in the first half, it'll be 3.5 games so far for Alex Ashton, plus 2 overtimes without having allowed a goal against. As this Pride team has not allowed a goal since a 4-3 loss to Syracuse. Just under 4 minutes to go here. Free kick for the Pride at midfield.
Yeah, that 4-3 loss to Syracuse, the only time this year that Hofstra's allowed more than 2 goals in a game. They've been pretty good consistently defensively in that game, as that one was sent into the net, and Henry Stuznik, using his height again there, pretty easily was able to field that one.
Dartmouth controlling possession here on the near side of the field, as it's Nuremberg on it. Nuremberg sending it back towards his own net, as Dartmouth plays it now on the far side of the field. This one sent back as Salvati's on it. Brandon Salvati here turns that one over in the middle of the field, as Ramsey now sent over to Goker. Goker on it for the Pride, sizing up the defender, sends a ball down the near side of the field here that's just out of the reach of Strongin and will go out of play. Quick throw in there from Dartmouth.
Yeah, he had the right idea there, just put a little bit too much power on that.
This one back in the Dartmouth end, sent over to Nuremberg. Nuremberg sending it over towards the far side of the field where there's an open Dartmouth player, but it goes over his head and goes over into the Hofstra bench. 2:20 to play, no score between the Pride and the Dartmouth Big Green. Throw in here on the far side for the Pride. Looks like it'll be Lindquist on it for Hofstra. He'll drop it off now, and it looks like it'll be O'Malley on it. O'Malley here throws the ball down high in the air into Dartmouth territory where it's cleared out of trouble. As it looks like Oscar Ramsey kind of got tossed there going for that ball. Foul on the Big Green, as this one will go the way of Hofstra. Pardon me, might have been Tausch there for Hofstra that got knocked down.
Yeah, I think it was Luka Tausch.
So free kick coming now for the Pride with 1:30 left to go here in the first half. Obviously extra time could be added on. Free kick now for the Pride. Sizing up their options. Hofstra drops 4 players back, 5 in the box there. And this one coming now towards the goal. Up in the air. This one's headed out of play. Out of the box there by Dartmouth. 1 minute to go here in the first half as Hofstra's back on it once again. High kick coming in the air here towards the net. And approaching that one there. And looks like we're going to get an offsides call there on the Pride. This one will go the way of Dartmouth with 45 seconds to go here in the opening half. Stuznik lines it up. Dartmouth looking for one last opportunity here with 30 ticks to go before halftime. Stuznik with a long kick here that goes down into the Hofstra end. Battle coming there in the midfield as Graham kicks it over towards the center. 20 seconds to go, and it's Ramsey on it for Hofstra. Near side of the field, it's Strongin who gets knocked down. That one goes out of play. And with 15 seconds to go, it's a throw-in for the Big Green. Nuremberg on it. Ball played here in midfield, and it looks like that is how the first half will end here as we have a long kick coming down towards Alex Ashton. That one goes out of play, and that is how the first half will end between the Dartmouth Big Green and the Hofstra Pride. No score as we head to halftime. Grant, just quickly your thoughts on this first half.
I didn't think it was a bad half for the Pride defensively. I think offensively in the second half, they need to put some more balls to the net.